the first thing to understand is you're not stuck with the gums or the teeth that you have. It can be reversed and it can be fixed for most people. But if you don't make a change, and typically it's just a switch in some of the things that you're using and stop using the things that cause problems and start using the things that fix the problem. And you will really very quickly be able to see a difference. In fact, for a lot of my customers, it's really a matter of from one dental checkup to the next. So that it's about 6 months. A lot of them see a huge change in their not just their teeth, but their gums as well. So you want to move away from pretty much all mainstream dental products. You want to get away from the Triclosan. Triclosan's like an antibiotic, like you mentioned. So what happens to your gut when you take an antibiotic for 7 days? You end up with dysbiosis of bacteria, which means an imbalance. You have too much of the bad bacteria, not enough of your good, healthy bacteria. So then you end up with diarrhea and other GI symptoms. You have to take probiotics and do some other types of things in order to get that balance of your bacteria back. Inside your mouth, the same thing happens. If you're using things that are creating that dysbiosis inside your mouth, the Triclosan is like an antibiotic. It's like brushing your teeth with an antibiotic every single day, wiping out your good bacteria and never being able to replace it. And that's for life, for as long as you're using something that has Triclosan or alcohol or sodium lauryl sulfate, the SLS, those types of ingredients. Peroxide's another one. It's wiping out your good bacteria.
Quick question before you go on. Sorry to interrupt, but
no, it's fine.
Triclosan, didn't this get banned from like hand soap several years ago?
It might have been. I believe it got banned. Yes, and it's because it's like an antibiotic and it's causing a disruption in the bacteria. They actually did a study. There was a study done on dental products with Triclosan. It wasn't about the oral microbiome. It was before we started thinking about oral microbiome. What they were actually testing was, what does Triclosan in your toothpaste do to your gut bacteria? And the study found that the tiny amount of toothpaste that you swallow, because even as an adult, you will spit, but you still do swallow and absorb some of that, the toothpaste, whatever you're using. So the tiny amount that was being swallowed or ingested was causing a dysbiosis or the imbalance in bacteria in the gut. So, exactly the same thing's happening inside the mouth with Triclosan, and same with anything like alcohol and all those others.
Okay, so let's spend a bit of time on this. So I just looked it up because I was going off memory before, but in 2016, the FDA in the US banned the incorporation of Triclosan in household soap products and like topical products. So this is actually super interesting to me that I only realized just a few weeks ago as I was looking at in depth at some of this oral hygiene stuff, that, as you said, Triclosan is an ingredient that is still used in oral hygiene products. This is kind of mind-blowing to me that they already banned it for topical use with washing your hands, but you can put it in your mouth. So it's still okay to put it in your mouth. Like how could that possibly not cause the harm that was associated with using it on your hands?
Right? I know, it's unbelievable. And they've even same thing with like the alcohol-based sanitizers when you're talking about hand sanitization, if you will. Same thing. And it's partly because you're hand to mouth that the things that are on your hands are going to be absorbed onto the food and the things that you're actually putting inside your mouth. So it's pretty in-depth. It's pretty scary when you think about all of the things that are actually creating that dysbiosis.
Hey, this is Ari. I hope you enjoyed this video. And one more thing before you go. Actually, two more things. One is, if you enjoyed this particular little clip, the link to the full-length podcast is in the description down below. So make sure to check that out. Also, one more thing. Let me ask you a question. What if I could show you how to double your energy levels and dramatically improve your brain function, reducing your anxiety and depression to a degree on par with antidepressant drugs, but without the side effects? Sound pretty interesting? Well, there are, in fact, numerous compounds that can do this, that have been shown to do this. And I'll take you through just a few of these very briefly. One of them is rhodiola rosea. And this has been shown in studies, rhodiola rosea extract in people with stress-related fatigue and exhaustion to cut their levels of fatigue and brain fog in half in less than a month. Just this one compound. There's another compound in my formula Energenesis called NT factor phospholipids that's been shown to help repair mitochondrial membranes and mitochondrial health to the level of healthy 29-year-olds, taking people with deteriorated mitochondria who are over the age of 65, restoring it to the level of healthy 29-year-olds. And that has been shown in numerous studies in various types of chronic fatigue, aging-associated chronic fatigue, obesity-related chronic fatigue syndrome, to increase energy levels by 30 to 45% in the span of 4 to 12 weeks, depending on the specific study. So dramatic improvements in a very, very short period of time. Two more compounds that are amazing, I highly recommend, that are in my formula Ultra Brain, along with rhodiola rosea. Saffron extract. This has been shown to increase levels of, improve your mood, I should say, and decrease levels of depression on par with fluoxetine, which is Prozac. And not only that, but with fewer side effects. It's much safer and much less likely to cause negative effects than antidepressant drugs are. Acetyl L-carnitine is another compound that's been shown to dramatically improve brain health in older adults. It also improve energy levels in older adults with chronic fatigue by between 40 to 50% in just the span of 2 to 4 months. And the last thing I'll mention here is acetyl L-carnitine has also been compared to antidepressant drugs and been shown, like saffron, to be as effective as antidepressant drugs in combating depression, but without the harmful side effects that so often occur with the drugs. So this is just a small sampling of the over 35 compounds that are in my formulas, Energenesis and Ultra Brain, that are all proven to dramatically improve energy levels, mitochondrial health, and brain health, and much, much more. And I highly recommend that you go check these out. If you're struggling with depression or anxiety or brain fog, if you're struggling with stress-related exhaustion and burnout, if you're struggling with chronic fatigue, go check out these formulas, give them a shot. I promise you are going to be blown away by the results. And like I said, the science has already proven that these things work. So you don't have to just take my word for it. There's lots of research to support that, and I'll even link to some of that research down below so you can verify everything that I just said for yourself. So the links to those studies will be in the description for this video down below. So check them out. Check out the formulas on theenergyblueprint.com. Again, Energenesis is the mitochondrial formula, and Ultra Brain is our brain formula. Check them out, try them out, and I think you're going to be blown away by the results. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you again soon.